Hi class, this is the overview for the 1-2 activity discussion self-assessment. So for this assignment, you're going to evaluate how you did on the 1-1 discussion, emotional intelligence. With that said, the grades that you provide yourself with in this assignment are in no way indicative of how you will be assessed on the actual 1-1 discussion assignment. So these are two separate things, and this is just an exercise to help you become more aware of the discussion rubric and how you will be graded going through the discussions this term. So you're asked to describe your proficiency level as either exemplary, proficient, needs improvement, or not evident in the following criterion. Contribution to the learning community is an assessment of your initial post. And I look for students who have responded to every single prompt for the initial discussion and whether they have incorporated credible sources. When students fail to incorporate credible sources in their initial post, again, a credible source can be the course web text, and it could be a scholarly article, a website, a video. When they fail to incorporate credible sources, they're going to earn needs improvement, no matter what. When students also fail to respond to all of the discussion prompts that are outlined in the discussion directions, they will lose points, right? They will go down to proficient, needs improvement, or not evident. Not evident typically is when a student just doesn't post their initial post, but they go ahead and they will post their follow-up response posts. The good thing about your initial post is you have that Thursday deadline, and there's leeway, right? So if you don't meet that Thursday deadline, you still have until Sunday to get your initial post in. However, you will lose points for timeliness. So just have that in the back of your mind. If you don't meet that Thursday deadline, it doesn't mean you can never submit your initial post. You still have till Sunday. The next criterion is relevance to programmatic themes. Now for this, I'm looking for students who are able to relate the discussion topic to multiple programmatic course themes. So remember, those course themes are, we have self-care, social justice, career connections, and ethics, along with the topic of this week, which is emotional intelligence. So those are the 5 programmatic themes. And when students go ahead and share one relationship between topic and one programmatic theme, I typically will award them proficient. However, you have to be detailed in how it relates. You can't just say, well, emotional intelligence relates to self-care, but not provide me any details. You're going to then earn needs improvement. And if you fail to discuss programmatic course themes altogether, you earn not evident. So you lose 25 points for just failing to include this in your initial post. Advancement of discussions is where I review your follow-up posts. And each week, you're required to submit at least 2 follow-up response posts by 11:59 p.m. Sunday. In your follow-up response posts, I am looking for you to include or incorporate credible sources to help advance the discussion, questions that help to facilitate the discussion, and sharing your personal experiences on the topic. So students who may post only one credible source to one peer, but not the other, they fall into this criteria of proficient. For students that can show that consistency in how they respond to their peers by sharing multiple sources, one source with one peer, one source with another, they typically fall into the exemplary category. Now, for students who will only post one response post, it depends on the quality of their follow-up response post, but they will typically earn needs improvement for just one follow-up response post. Professional communication consists of a lot, right? So when I look at professional communication, I look at the tone of your communication within the discussion itself. Are your posts easy to, are they respectful of others? Are you using proper language? Are there any grammatical mistakes in your writing? And are your citations properly formatted using APA guidelines? So there's a lot. I'm looking at, overall the bigger picture of how does a student maintain professionalism in the course discussion. And, spelling is such an easy thing to, and so are citations and references. Those are so easy to make mistakes in. So you have resources available to you, such as Microsoft Word. You can do spell check prior to submitting your posts. And you also have resources through the SNHU Shapiro Library on how to properly cite and reference your sources using APA. For timeliness, we're only looking at your initial post and whether that was submitted on time. And you cannot award yourself exemplary for this category. It's either proficient, needs improvement, or not evident. And say you're that person who didn't meet that Thursday deadline, but you were able to submit it before the Sunday deadline, you would just lose 15 points. Okay, so you still have the points from your initial post that you can earn credit on, but you would just lose a small amount of credit. So it's still worth doing if you don't meet that Thursday deadline. You're also going to have to review 2 PDFs, one on the norms of practice for online discussion and another on the ethical usage practices. And then you're going to describe how you used or followed both of these for the 1-1 discussion, emotional intelligence. So when I grade you for this assignment this week, you're going to receive complete or not complete for each of these grading criterion. And what's important here is whether you justify your response or not. So you can't just say contribution to the learning community earned proficient without sharing why you earned proficient, okay? So if you don't justify your response, you will just earn not completed for that criterion. So if you have any questions, please post those to the General Questions Discussion Forum, and I'll be quick to get back to those. And I hope you have a really great day.